Hello, fellow comic book collector fans. I've been watching some videos on some people's comic book collections and their comic book rooms and all that interesting stuff. So let me, for those of you who don't know it, I went into poverty for a long time, and I'm basically weaning myself off of whatever income I have because I was diagnosed with a disability. During that time, I was on the street and I was homeless, and I gave my comic book collection to a supposed friend who knew that I was on the street, and he took my comic book collection of over 400 really good issues and gave them to his brother, and his little brother sold them off. That comic book collection is now worth over $500,000. So I'm going to show you now what comic books I have to reacquire. Two of which I have started, and I'm going to be using eBay in the future to buy and sell comics and reattain 2 copies of each of these comic books. I have 2 of them already. Let's start with DC. Brave and bold, I'm not sure. Let's go to Marvel. Basically, so a lot of them are Marvel comics. I'll have to look for the DC one because I'm not sure where I could acquire those. So let's go ahead. These are some of the Avenger issues I had, and we'll just kind of go through each one of them. You can see that I had Avengers 161 was a really popular one. This one in particular sold on an auction for somewhere around $3,000. I guess it looks better in the actual size. You can see it in paint. So let's see if we can get that. Well, there it is. But it's a little bit clearer. This was a good issue. I loved it. Not sexually or anything, but I really had an affinity towards this particular issue because it's got good art and it's got a good story, and I think it was a 2-parter. I'm not sure.
Embedded
I had this one.
is the total accumulation of all
downtown. I had this one.
Dozens of other brands. Colorado.
That one was a good issue. Let's just resize it to 430.
Not remember me.
So you can see the artwork in here. This was basically done by Jack Kirby. Looks like Kirby art, as you can tell. Some of it was Kirby.
Not remember me.
I really enjoyed a lot of Kirby's issues, and that was one of them. I did have Black Panther. Get a better shot of that. I had Black Panther number 3. was a really good issue to me. I like that one. Jack Kirby again. Captain America. This is the only issue of Captain America I had, really. I don't remember having any other issues of Captain America. That was a pretty good issue to me. Once again, Jack Kirby. I really kind of liked Kirby artwork. I did have this one. Conan #1, special issue. This is probably a variant. I'm not sure if it's a variant or not. Shows the origin of Conan, how he came to be, and stuff. To a lot of comic book collectors, they are sentimental about their issues, and I am too. I've always loved comic books. I have this issue, number 28. Defenders. I had a couple of other issues of Defenders, but Defenders didn't really start. It did start to appeal to me, but I don't remember collecting anything else. But I do remember the covers. I don't have, as far as Doctor Strange, I'm not sure. I'd have to go through a store to find out. I have the Eternals here. I think this was a two-parter. The Hulk, naturally, because I like the Hulk. Dr. Banner story and everything else. This was an interesting issue. Fantastic Four. These are issues I have. Every single one of them. So, and I had some older issues too, or newer issues, aside from the fact that these issues were collector's items, and I'm not sure. I remember this one in particular that I read a lot.
Is the total accumulation of all literature, scientific facts, and dozens of other works. Color.
So I had all those issues. Guardians of the Galaxy was starting to appeal to me. I never did collect Ghost Rider, but this was a pretty good series, and I'd like to collect those issues in particular. There was an older version of Ghost Rider before that, Atlas and Timely got together. The Hulk. These are issues that I really cherished, and now they're gone. And these are all the issues I had, and I have to reacquire them over because of this person that destroyed my comic book collection. When he told me about it, I didn't register it in my mind because at the time I was going through some crap. But I did have every issue here, and now they're worth a lot of money. So, and they're more, to me now, they're more sentimental to me, more than ever.
You do not remember me.
I'll show you the issues here of the Hulk, and when the TV show came out, I was getting really into that, so I would record the sounds and things like that, and I had a tape recorder recording the sounds. This in particular issue here was a very good issue.
You do not remember me.
I don't have the size of it, but everybody likes that issue with the Wolverine and the Hulk fighting Dingo. That's a two-parter, by the way. Oops. So, I had all these issues. Then I got a subscription to Marvel, and I don't remember if my issues were subscription issues or not. You can tell by whether it's a subscription issue or not by the design. If it's a subscription, there's a diamond at the top, and this is blacked out, or it's got Spider-Man insignia. Yes, I cut my hair. So I had all these issues too.
You do not remember me.
This story started, and I had one with Machine Man in it. I think that was the last issue of the Hulk I
Embedded
got
in the crystal
right
core
there. Issue.
is the total accumulation of all literature, scientific facts, and dozens
Steve
of other
Ditko artwork.
Color.
I always like Steve Ditko's art. Very nice. And a lot of some of these issues I learned how to draw from these issues and learned how to read. Yep, I had that one too. Everybody liked
do
that.
not remember me.
So I had that. I think it was
Do
a
not
big
remember
edition.
me.
This in particular I had.
Do not remember me.
This one, when I lost my comic book collection and actually realized that it was stolen by this person who didn't even bother to sell his own beer collection, it pissed me off. What the fuck are you doing, killing off somebody's collection? But I guess that's the price you pay. Sal Buscema, I can never pronounce it because I had all these issues. This is an example of a subscription issue. See the diamond up there and Spider-Man? That's the subscription issue. And this one I just recently acquired. I bought it from Comic Book Shop. It cost me about 60 some odd bucks to get that. That's a variant. I didn't realize it was a variant, but it was actually from Tales of the Astonish issues, which I will acquire. I'm gonna try and sell this online. It's in very good condition. And this one was when the Harpy.
You do not remember me.
Betty Ross turned into the Harpy. Now she's the Red
You
Shield.
do not remember me.
Avengers. Another Ditko artwork.
You do not remember me.
And this particular story started with Tyrannus, and they took them 6 years to create this basic story, and the Hulk became stuck midway between his transformations. This was a particularly good issue I liked. Nice issue. There's various reasons why people get comic books. I get them because this was one that I had, and it's a nice cover, but in black and white inner pages. Very good story too, and nice artwork.
You do not remember me.
I think it was a continuation from another story. X-Men are in it, and beautiful artwork. Just look at it.
Embedded
It's
in the crystal
fantastic.
is the total
That's one reason
accumulation
why
of all
I
literature,
purchased this.
scientific facts, and dozens of other works.
I also have this one.
Color.
Not too many people know about that. And it's a good issue because the cover artwork was really nice, and the transformation into the Hulk was drawn just beautifully.
You do not remember me.
All these issues of the Hulk.
You do
Human
not
Fly
remember me.
had all these issues.
You do not remember me.
Had this issue in particular. So I'm basically going to go through it. Didn't have any Inhumans except for the Hulk #1 annual. Machine Man I had that. I had that issue. Machine Man's in and out of Marvel Comics now. Don't see too much of it. Well, 2-in-1. I think I had a couple issues of Marvel 2-in-1. That was Spotlight. I do remember getting Captain Universe. Remember having that one.
You do not remember me.
Remember having this one. Subscription issue again. So you get, when you're getting comic books, differentiate between that. Marvel team-ups. I had all these too.
You do not remember me.
I particularly liked this issue because it was a
You do not
two-parter
remember me.
with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and some guy was in trouble on a table, and he had to reach into his mind.
You do not
using his
remember me.
powers. It was interesting, and
You do not remember me.
I want to reacquire those. Another Hulk team-up with Spider-Man.
You do not remember me.
Those are the ones I had.
You do not remember
Miss
me.
Marvel. I had the very first Miss Marvel. Some people don't remember Miss Marvel, but they killed off Captain Marvel because they had pretty much a similarity to Shazam from DC, and there was apparently a conflict. But Miss Marvel was really good. Fury. I do want to get this issue. Wasn't in my collection. I just put it in there. But Salvador Dali inspired this. Omega, the Unknown. I had these issues.
You do not remember me.
I thought this character was pretty interesting. This was good artwork. That's why one of the reasons why I got it. I wasn't too interested in the character because of the dress code, but
It's a total accumulation of all
very
the
interesting.
scientific
I
facts.
was waiting around for suspense, I guess. Savage She-Hulk.
Color.
This issue I do have. I have it right now. Non-subscription, by the way. This is a subscription issue.
You do not remember me.
Spider-Man. I did have a lot of Spider-Man issues.
You do not remember me.
All these I had. And I have to
You do not
reacquire them.
remember me.
This one in particular I liked. 154, The Sandman.
You do not remember me.
This one was neat. I like that. But the thing with getting these comic books back is that I'm going to be using eBay to do it, do a lot of it, and resell these. I'm going to get 2 issues of each one. Hopefully, I can reacquire my comic book collection. This one was neat. I read that a lot. I think I wore it out. It's a good issue. CGC 170. It's cracked on the top of the mummification slab.
You do not
You
remember
can see
me.
I had a lot of issues with Spider-Man. Spider-Man. But I didn't have any of the older issues, and I was looking into that, getting the older
You do
issues
not
of
remember me.
Spider-Man. Probably the oldest one I have is
You
that
do not remember me.
25. That's probably where I started getting, into Amazing
You do not
Spider-Man.
remember me.
Stan Lee
You do not
books.
remember me.
Stan Lee books, Ring on the Bad Guys. I had all the issues. I had Origins of Marvel Comics, Son of Origins, which came in a case
You do not
that I
remember me.
purchased separately. I also got this one too. It's a fairly large book.
You do not remember
I had some novels. I did read those too. Strange Tales. Did I have those? No, I didn't have that. Strange Tales. I'm going to be looking into that. Submariner. I don't know if I had this or not, but it looks familiar. This is actually I think this is the original one. There was a variant issue made that they reversed the picture on this. So this is the original Submariner issue. He had amnesia and came back to himself when he got in contact with seawater.
Embedded
Supervillain team up. I did have 1 or 2 issues.
is a total accumulation of all literature and scientific facts and dozens of other books. Color.
Thor. Had good issues of Thor. I liked Thor a lot.
You do not remember
In
me.
particular, I had this issue. It was number 126. And they showed this in a cartoon on television too. But I loved the artwork here.
Do not remember me.
I think it was Jack Kirby too.
Do not remember me.
But it was a love story between Thor and his girl. His girl rejected him. I had this issue. And all these issues I had, and now they're worth a lot of money now. This issue was really good. Love the artwork. I had all these issues. Come on, what's it doing? The hammer traditions. Thor collection. Yeah, I had a lot of. I think I did get hold of this one for in poor condition. That's why they sold it. So I got a copy of that. Or good. It was good. Poor to good, I think. Treasure editions had every single treasure edition. They're pretty big. They're very big magazine. It's more of a giant magazine, and I had every one of these.
You do not remember me.
Now worth a
Do
lot.
not remember me.
That was Astonish, and I had all these too. These are older issues too.
You do not remember me.
Astonish had this one.
You do not remember me.
In fine condition. Had that one. Number 22.
You do not remember me.
Okay, these are all issues that are worth a lot of money now. I got a hold of this one.
Do not remember me.
I remember getting it. No, that's not it. Idiot.
Do not remember me.
Got a hold of that one. I remember getting that specifically.
Do not remember me.
That was a treasured issue to me. And I want to get these issues, which is the variant from 70 to 74. The variant of the comic book I showed you in the hall for a king size special. And all these issues. Now, I basically want to get all the issues of Tales to Astonish back.
Embedded in the
Probably what I collected in their series.
is a total accumulation of all literature and scientific fact and dozens of other works.
I did actually get a hold of a 1940s comic with Human Torch and Toro, and that issue is probably worth about 25,000 right now. X-Men, I had this issue. I also had Spider-Man number 10. I sold that though. That issue, number 1. So you can see, some of the collection I had of issues that I was collecting. Now I got to reacquire them, and it's going to take a while. So this is just some of them. As far as DC, I made up some of my other collection. Brave and the Bold. Didn't have that one. But I know I had Brave and the Bold for Batman and Superman. Not sure which one it was though. Flash. This is a classic issue. I don't know if that. Green Lantern. Always been interested in Green Lantern. I had several issues of Green Lantern, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly which one. But if you show me the cover, I'll know it right away. So there you go. That's some of the issue. A lot of the issues I had. Just a percentage of the out of the 400 comics I know I had. So there you go. Those are my issues. Thanks for watching.